You are now tapped into the God Tier Pod, here with your host, MoSkrilla, the God.
Hey you, what it is, what it do. We have come back to you. I am MoSkrilla the God. He
Classic Williams, bitch.
and you are now tuned in to another episode of the God Tier Podcast.
Yay!
Hey, gunshots and hand claps all
Bow.
around. Gunshots and hand claps all around. Classic, how you doing?
I'm doing good, man. It's been a pretty productive week. I finally got my contacts, so I'm seeing clearly now. I'm seeing
My nigga can
20/20.
see. Yes.
Yeah, man. I've been rocking my glasses for I don't even know, bro. I've been rocking the glasses for a minute just because my contacts super fucking expensive because I have astigmatism in both my eyes. So they gotta custom make my shit and literally it takes, for one, the supply chain's still fucked up. Shouts to Joe Biden and Kamala. And basically they got me fucked up out here. So finally came in with my trials, and I'm living my best life. I'm able to put sunglasses on.
Ooh.
Which is great, because I love wearing my sunglasses. I didn't wear them today.
Now, are you a round focal guy, or like round lens, or like the rectangle lens? Like, what's your style of sunglasses?
Have you ever seen the super retro futures? I like kind of like the square, or the millionaire, like the Louis V millionaire sunglasses. I like that style, like the bigger style. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yo, have you ever seen Casino?
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember at the end of Casino where Sam Rothstein was doing the numbers and shit? It's like, I can still make bets for the bosses and all that. And he had those big ass pair of sunglasses on.
Yeah, I like that. I like those type.
Nigga, hey.
I got some round yellow ones too though. I like different styles for different, just how I'm feeling, Mm-hmm. It's just good to actually have my contacts though. So it's a win. And then also just been working, man. I finally completed my 8th song. I've been doing stuff for placements and stuff. So they're about to start pitching my shit for TV and commercials for ESPN and all this other shit. So
okay,
wish me luck on that.
Can you break that down to us? What exactly are placements?
Yeah, so a placement is when you get your song on like a commercial or a movie. And there's music supervisors that you submit the songs to, and they work for these corporations and companies, and basically they need music for, when you're watching a trailer for a movie, or when you're in between scenes on a TV show, and that's a placement. And basically you get a percentage or you actually, it works a couple different ways. You can get it like an upfront payment, or they'll give you some back end money, and it's good money. You know what I mean? It's straight up and the people that I'm working with, I own all my shit. They just take a percentage of what we make, and I get the lion's share of that.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Yeah. Now, are these your first sets of placements? Have you done these before? Or?
I've done voice acting stuff for Warner. We've talked about that before, but this is my first foray into attempting to actually get placements into TV shows and commercials. So this is my first time trying to actually do that in a serious way.
Okay.
That you can do it on your own too. You can look up the supervisors and stuff, but or go to these conferences and meet people, and but I'm so busy with so much other shit. And the cool thing about the people that I'm working with, they do all that shit for you. Mm-hmm. And I still get the lion's share, and they do all the administrative shit that I don't have fucking time to do. So
right,
people out there trying to do placements and shit, like, you know, get you a team and, you know, or just start pitching it yourself, you know, if you have more time.
Awesome. I like that. I like when you say like if you could do it on your own, you have to call the supervisors, you have to go to the buildings and all that. Like that's the independent grind.
Yeah.
I always felt like, you know, when I look at an artist, like even from when I was young, you know, looking at an independent artist from a mainstream artist, like it was like 2000, like you could tell an indie artist from a mainstream artist, because like 9 times out of 10, the indie artists had what? A backpack. They were backpackers, but they weren't rich.
Right.
Like, to be fair, like Kanye is the richest backpacker of all time. If we're being honest,
He crossed over though, but yeah, for sure.
right?
Absolutely.
And what was the point?
He took the backpack into the mainstream, and then, you know, he took it to a whole different level. But yeah, for sure, absolutely. Like, especially in college dropout days, he was definitely like, it was before that. What did you have? Like, you had like all that like native tongue shit,
Right.
that was like still kind of underground, but not as mainstream, you know.
And like going back, I think what I'm saying, like that independent hustle, like that you got to get it on your own. I've always admired that about the indie artists. Like you don't have, you know, the corporate backing behind you. You don't have the machine pushing you. It's all on you.
It's harder work, but it's definitely more rewarding. Like, because I was just talking about this with my homie that raps, who does a lot of placements. You know, he's got like a pub deal where, you know, he's getting all this, you know, as far as like he's been in like Denzel Washington. He was in the Transporter, or was it Transporter, or what was Denzel Washington movie? I'm messing.
The Equalizer?
The Equalizer. Sorry, I said Transporter. What am I talking about?
I still never
The
seen
new Equalizer. He was in that trailer. He's been in like all kind of shit. Like, go look him up. My homie Young Youth. Shouts to Young Youth.
Shout out to the
But
homie.
yeah, we were just talking earlier. You know what I'm saying? Just, you know, just talking about the industry, and it's like, it's so like with touring, you know, alone. Like, if you are doing your own fucking tour, like, you're, for one, yeah, like a lot more of the responsibility is going to be on you to do these type of things, but also you don't got to split it. Like, that's going to be you got to split it with your people, but that's your money. You feel what I'm saying? As opposed to like a label that, you know, they give you a tour budget, then they want splits on the fucking merch. They want splits on, you know, and you got to recoup money and shit. Like, you know, it's a whole different grind. You feel what I'm saying? You might, like, there's artists out now. There's artists right now that are signed doing shit or whatever, and they on tour and they losing money. You know what I'm saying? And they doing what, 6 nights out of the week, and they got to wake up and do radio. They got to do choreography. They got to do, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? They got to do all these things, and then they're doing the show, and then they might not get home, and then they sleeping on the tour bus, and you know, and then they got to do it again the next day. You feel what I'm saying? It's like, touring is a real grind. That's why I respect, and I don't really like his music that much. I mean, I like some of the songs, but like, I definitely respect like artists like Tech-9 is a big name as far as independent grind, that like, you know, is really out there doing it by himself, selling the merch, touring, buying buses, buying, you know what I'm saying? Like, from
that nigga got money for real.
Yeah, he rich.
Have you ever heard his Drink Champs interview?
I haven't.
Dude.
And I don't want to say I don't like his music. Some of the stuff is just not for me.
His
but like,
business game is so fucking fire.
His business game fire. He can rap his fucking ass off.
This nigga got his own trucks, my nigga.
That's what I'm saying. He bought his own trucks. Like, I know about all that shit. Like, I've researched him and like the way he does shit. And it's like, bro, like that's the way that's what I want to work, because I've been in situations, and I think I've talked about this on the podcast before. It's like where niggas have like try to throw contracts at us, and like, you know, it's not enough money to where or it's the money's cool, but it's like they want to own every fucking thing, and then like I'm gonna end up, you know what I'm saying? It's like
you get pennies.
Right. That's why I'm like, I want to do what I want. I value my freedom more than I value being famous. I value my freedom.
Let me give you a Don DeMarco.
Yeah, like I'm trying to get money, but I'm gonna do it even like this shit that I'm doing now with the placements. It's a partnership. It's not no ownership. Like I own my masters and shit. I own all that shit. It's a partnership, and you know they got exclusive rights on the admin portion of it for a period of time, and it's only for the songs that we're doing for the actual placements. It's not for my entire catalog. Okay. So it's like these little details matter in the long scheme, because it's like you could just sign your pub away and then you're fucked. Like, yeah, you famous, but.
And I heard I was actually listening to $1 Million Worth of Game this week, and Snoop was on there, and the topic of Death Row got brought up.
Yeah.
And Snoop was like, yeah, nigga, I am Death Row. I wrote damn near all of the Chronic, Warren G album, his album, DPG, Dog Pound.
And he got fucked on that.
Yeah, sure. Master
P brought him up,
schooled him,
signed him, you know what I'm saying, to that label. Picked out mansions
in his name, put it
in his name. Yeah, Master P is the one who is responsible for resurrecting Snoop career. He even said it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's no disrespect. Like, that's like.
And he taught that
common knowledge.
Business.
Yeah, the business behind it for sure. And that's just like I learned it just because like just seeing niggas get deals, seeing niggas fall off, going to MTSU, learning about the recording industry, learning about the shit myself. I think we even like I don't know if we touched on this last pod or whatever. I was reading like I don't know if this is true or not. I was looking at there's this thing going around about Summer Walker's deal, and she getting like pennies on the dollar for every record sold. And that last album went platinum. You gotta think about it was like I did the math, and it was like she probably made like $200,000 off a platinum record, and then you gotta break that down.
Yeah, you
gotta break it down, and then also you gotta recoup. I'm sure she recouped, but like you gotta break it down, and then like the fact that like who knows if they got any of her tour shit, and then really like with the fact that like artists weren't really touring at all. Like I got a homegirl who worked at fucking APA, which is like one of the bigger. She worked at APA, which is one of the bigger booking agents, and they were talking about like. How like they can't. She had to change jobs because she's like I can't book shit.
I'm sorry, I wasn't laughing at that.
Yeah.
The fact that you said APA, my wrestling brain just clicked in. It was Bradshaw and Farouk, the Acolyte Protection Agency. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, dude. Like it's just like you gotta learn. You can, and that's what like. People think that like selling your soul is like a literal thing, like a ritualistic thing.
I know what you got. I know where you're going. But go ahead.
Yeah, like people think that selling your soul is like this ritualistic thing. No, like you can literally sell your. First of all, the music is selling your soul, and like these contracts are. If you sign a slave contract, you're literally selling your fucking like freedom away because you are not gonna be making money. You have to fucking. You're going to owe the label. You're going to, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's selling your fucking soul to me. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of different ways to sell your soul, but that's what, to me, like, the main fucking way to sell your soul is to, like, sign one of these, like, with these, like, major fucking labels, and you ain't got no fucking buzz, and they sign you to a fucking development deal.
Now, explain just give us the Reader's Digest version of what is a development deal. I'm
gonna tell you like this. So I know she's not like super popular, but she's like super duper talented R&B artist that I've been knowing her for years. You know what I'm saying? Because we all came up together, and she signed like a development deal with Atlantic, and that's where they're gonna take you under the wing. They're gonna put you on features. They're gonna do like help you with writing. They're gonna put you on. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna do all this stuff for you and like build your brand.
Okay.
And she put out a really awesome fucking project, and she was on her Instagram talking about like that project didn't count towards her it didn't count towards something in her agreement, and they counted it as a mixtape.
Wow. An R&B mixtape?
And it was an album. Like, I listened to it, it was a fucking album.
Yeah, but I've never heard of an R&B.
Yeah, absolutely. Exactly.
I guess they've been around, but anyway.
They try to say, oh, no, that was a mixtape. That's how they fuck you.
Then who's the DJ? Who's the
You don't know DJ?
Gangsta Grills R&B? What the fuck?
She put out an EP. She had, like, some really big names on the EP, and then she put out that album, and they try to be like, oh, no, that was a mixtape.
So
it's frustrating.
If the label does that,
she's doing well now. She's doing some really big things now, and you know, but I don't know all her business, and that's why I'm not even saying her name. Like, I don't know. I just hope that, you know, she gets to wherever she's trying to go with it. I hope she gets there because she's super fucking talented.
Awesome. Shout out to homegirl. Hope you get it through. My question is, like, when that happens, like, how does the label eat from that? Like, what do they gain from that, calling that album a mixtape?
Then you gotta make more albums. Then you gotta make the album.
So they're just doing that to fuck you.
Yeah.
Like, we want more work.
Because, like, say you sign, like, and I don't know, like, her situation. I just know that, like, how record deals work.
Right.
And they say, okay, we signed you to a 5-album deal, and you gotta do these 5 albums.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So then you do an album,
and then they have different stipulations as to what an album is or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
It goes back to the old argument: what's a stream?
Yeah, what's a stream? What's an album? Oh, what's an album is the first. What's a stream?
Yeah,
and like
literally 80 minutes, 79 minutes.
Oh, they'll put stuff in your. They used to put stuff in your contract like to take money out of whatever they're giving you, like. New technology clause, and they'll say like a CD is new technology, and they'll take like a percentage out of your budget for the cost of the CDs
just to print my fucking music on there.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and they'll call it a new technology clause, like shit like that. They'll sneak into your record contract.
So let's say, for instance, if they had a CD burner just laying around. They could put that on there and say, oh, you got to pay for that CD burner because we burned all your CDs and threw them out there for production.
Maybe.
That is fucking robbery. That's how they fuck you.
Yeah. They'll put stuff like that. They do all kind of tricks. Or like in a group, right?
Mm-hmm.
They almost set up like a band, like say like a band. Okay. They almost set up bands to fail. Because they know that, like, so they'll put, like, what's called a key man clause on the main member or main members of a group.
Which is usually either the lead singer or the
lead
songwriter.
Exactly. So then they can have that key man clause basically states that, like, this person's going to go on and he'll make more money. And they'll also, like, say that, like, he'll get more money out of it. And they'll be like, okay, and then they'll sign him to so they'll still have exclusive rights on his solo music. Basically, when he does that. So they can extend the life out of the group. So they'll put a key man clause on this individual. And then that makes contention between the band. Because this person's getting paid way fucking more than like...
all of y'all combined.
Yeah.
But it's supposed to be a group. But why you eating?
Dude from like, I think it was like the Smashing Pumpkins or I think it's what's his name? Billy Corgan?
Billy Corgan.
He was on Joe Rogan talking about like how they did the same thing with him. They did the key man, and then they basically the band was like, "Hey, do you want to split the publishing?" Mm-hmm. With his lawyers came to him like, "Yo, do you want to split the publishing between the people in the band?"
Yeah,
and he was like, "No, because I wrote all the songs."
Mm-hmm.
He's like, "No, I wrote this shit," which made him, because if you know about publishing. The songwriter gets paid every time a song is played on the radio, not the recording artist.
Right.
And sometimes they're not the same person.
Of course, like so, Beyonce has a whole lot of writers.
Right. So a Smashing Pumpkins song gets played, they aren't getting the same percentage on the pub. He's getting a lot more. He's getting hella rich. That causes dissent within the band.
Because why you eating like that?
And if basically he said, if looking back, I was just young and,
Greedy.
young and greedy, right? And I would have split it up had I known what would have happened to the band, basically. But because, he was young and greedy or whatever, and he had more money, and he had more money than he knew what to fucking do with. And he was just buying stupid shit.
As you do.
As you do, right? Because when you're 21, 22,
extra money.
Yeah, you got all this fucking money,
You gonna fuck it up.
And like he would have been paid. He would have still been paid. He would have still been wealthy, regardless of whether or not he did that or not.
Because his point getting played.
Right, you feel what I'm saying? But he ended up with way more money than he felt like he needed. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of different dynamics that they'll do in order to, just suck you dry, and then they'll go on and they'll do it. It's like a vampiric like system.
It's a business.
It's a business. Yeah.
That's why they call it the record.
Yeah, it's a business.
Well,
so that's my little spiel on that. Keep your masters, kids, and
you know what, Classic? You provide such great information about the industry. I think we should make this a weekly thing.
Yeah, dude. I can't do it all the time, but yeah, for sure. Like
the knowledge that you have is very useful. And,
yeah,
it's.
I have a lot of industry knowledge. I appreciate that. Like I'll definitely share it with anybody who wants to listen.
I love hearing about it.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
Cause I want to know how these niggas get fucked in their contracts. Like Fetty Wap. Fetty should be rich as fuck right now.
Fetty signed. I feel like Fetty signed to a production company real early in the game, and this is just my guess because I remember like those first songs. He had like these people screaming over his songs or whatever, and like you know what I'm saying. Like so he signed to that production company, and then they probably signed a deal. So his shit was already like fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Like because he probably was signed to another nigga who signed to like another nigga type shit. I don't know.
Who did he come out with? What was it?
He came out with that. It was some hello.
Yeah, I'm talking about his label. Do you remember what label he was under?
I don't know.
He didn't come out under anybody though.
I don't know. We could look it up.
I wonder. It wasn't Briscoe, was it?
No, it was like.
Cause he's from Jersey, but he was. I don't know. That is very interesting. But I just feel like he just made bail, so he's out now.
Oh, look, I was right. So he was signed to RGF Productions, which is that production company.
Okay.
And that's like RGF Productions, which is like a record label production company. And then from there, he signed to 300.
Ah, okay. I remember 300.
And then now he's on Atlantic. So there you go. I think he signed to all three of them right now.
Damn, so they all eating off him. But he ain't making nothing.
Yeah, it says RGF 300 in Atlantic. So 300 is I think that's Leor.
Yeah, that's like Empire or something like that.
No. Empire is its own thing. No, Leor.
Ooh, Mr. Cohen.
Yeah, so he signed to Leor, and then through that, he signed with Atlantic. So he got distribution through Atlantic.
Yeah.
So he signed to 3 niggas.
And that's why you ain't heard nothing from Fetty in a long time.
He dropped the project like last year, and then we know what happened. Like
he caught a charge.
He caught that charge. I mean, he was trying to get back hot. I don't know.
Nigga trying to be.
God bless him. He's gone through a lot of shit. Yeah. He had like a child die. And,
oh, that's right. His kid did die.
Yeah, he's gone through a lot of shit. So I don't even want to speak on that.
Yeah, I'm gonna give him a break.
Yeah. But yeah.
Hello.
What you got for us today?
It's lit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man. All right, so Astroworld Festival. Is this like an annual festival? Was it like a first time or?
This is the second annual one. It's held in Houston.
Okay. He had one last year, or was it like the year before?
He had one last year, or maybe he didn't have it last year because of COVID. But I know he had one before.
Okay.
For sure, and that was the one they made the movie about.
Because Astroworld came out in
documentary about.
When did that album come out? 2019.
Yeah.
Okay,
so
that makes sense
for sure.
All right, so this was the
So
second
this is the second
annual.
one. And the new album was going to come out, but it's definitely delayed now, I'm sure. Wow. I want to say this. I said this insensitive joke on Facebook.
Hold up, we got to bring it forward though. So you know, of course, if you're just hearing about it,
Yeah.
you've been under a rock for the last 6-7 days. At Travis Scott's Astroworld Festival, a unfortunate event happened. I think the total is up to 9 people have died from the stampede.
Rest in peace.
People got stomped on. Pray for the victims.
And all, there were like 300 injured.
Yeah, 300 people injured, 9 dead. Travis Scott is in the middle of this media fiasco. How do you feel about it, Classic? As a performer,
How do I feel about?
okay, I was gonna pose this to you. So we said there was like maybe 100 to 200,000 people in the audience at that time that this unfortunate event is happening. I believe it was dark outside at the time. All the only lights that you have are the ones that are on stage. The PA system has to be turned up loud so that everybody can hear it. So you're hearing this loud rumbling, beats, music, just all kinds of shit. Your sensories are being overloaded at this point.
Yeah.
Is there an escape for Travis to be like, hey, maybe I couldn't hear what was going on about that situation that happened? I don't know what side of the stage he was on, what part of the field or where it happened at. Like, I don't know the logistics of that.
I don't think so because he acknowledged the ambulance picking up.
Okay,
people.
so he was able to see an ambulance coming
he said,
through.
He was like, "Yo, can y'all make sure he's good or whatever?" But he just kept going.
My nigga, if you see a whole thing of ambulances coming through and you're on a mic, like that's, I'm just feeling like this. In his position, where was someone like a tour manager or like a manager to say, hey, we might want to stop this right now because we have a situation going on outside? I feel like there's a lack of communication.
They told him that it was going to be fucking over capacity, and he kept going anyway. And he even tweeted out, "Yeah, we trying to get the Ragers to get in." You know what I'm saying? Because he encourages people like crashing the gate.
So this is more so like he was inciting.
Yeah, he's definitely gonna get something.
Yeah, you have to do something now. People are dead.
No,
children are dead.
He's gonna get a charge for sure. I don't know if he's gonna face jail time because he's rich.
I don't think he'll face jail time.
And I don't think it's 100% his fault. But I also think that like you put out certain energy and you receive that tenfold. And I'm not one of those people that's like, oh my God, he's doing like a devil sacrifice. People, I'm not one of those dumbasses.
Where the fuck do they get that from?
From the imagery, because the imagery is very like psychedelic, very experience oriented, very, he's occult-ish because he's got a cult following. So they market it in a certain way in order to appeal to people. And people fall for the marketing and think that he's trying to like literally sacrifice people, even though like your point with the rock bands, and we'll get into that in a second. Mm-hmm. But I just want to say I did say this insensitive ass joke on Facebook.
Didn't we all? Go ahead.
Because I thought that shit was hilarious.
What's up?
And I don't care. Like, I mean, I care about the people dying, but I don't care about saying jokes.
We gotta get these jokes off.
I gotta get these jokes off. I was like, what did I say? I was like, what's wrong? I thought y'all wanted to go sicko mode. It's lit, right? Right? What's wrong?
That's good. That's a real sicko mode. Yeah.
I thought y'all wanted to go sicko mode. What's wrong?
Sun is down. Freezing cold. I try to.
It was out like a light. It was for sure out like a light.
What the nigga say? I try to save him.
I tried to tell him.
I try to save him. Oh my God. Oh fuck it. I don't need to pray for the victims.
Pray for the victims. It's a funny joke.
Oh yeah,
I'm
niggas been getting their
insensitive
shit up. It's
sometimes,
lit.
whatever.
You have
It's
to
lit,
be.
right? But see, that's the irony. I just think the irony of it is funny. I don't think the people actually dying is funny. I just think the irony of it is funny.
It's the fact of it happening at a Travis Scott concert. My nigga.
Who's gonna?
I don't want to die at a I don't want that to be my last a Travis Scott concert. Fam, look, he makes music for his fans. That's cool and all.
Why is a 10-year-old alone at a festival? Like, were they alone? I am never going to allow my 10-year-old child to go to a festival, especially of that magnitude, alone.
Yeah.
Or I don't even know if they were alone, but like I would assume they had to have been alone.
It's a party risk. I gotta watch out for this little motherfucker.
There's no fucking way those tickets were $300.
And they snuck a damn child in.
And a child got in. Like, I don't know if they snuck it. I don't know, bro. Like, I don't know, dude. I just don't know enough to, like...
That lawsuit's gonna be crazy.
I don't know. I don't have enough information to make those distinctions. I do think that, like, Travis is partially responsible. I think that, like... I'm not one of the... But I do, however, think that... Some people were like, the apology was bullshit. I don't think the apology was bullshit. I think that, like...
Did he just wake up?
I think that he's not a public speaker. Like, when have you ever seen him do an interview? He don't do interviews. He don't talk to people. He don't talk to the public like that. He don't talk to his fans in that way. He's just not he's not like a fucking, like...
A media...
He's not a charismatic... His charisma is not behind his personality. It's
on stage.
It's everything else. It's the music. It's the whole. So he's not this person who's gonna like just do a bunch of interviews and talk to people and blah blah blah. So like I think they said like, yo, I think some of his people were like, yo, you're gonna have to say something
because people are dead.
You're gonna have to say something.
You can't run away from this. You can't tweet about it.
He was stressed as fuck as anyone would fucking be.
How can you deal with this?
And that was his best version of, I just think he's one of those socially awkward people.
Yeah.
I believe that.
But niggas gonna get these jokes off.
Yeah.
Boy, that nigga came up, man, look here, man. I done did that shit before. I done got caught cheating. Man, look, I was at homie house and I caught you sleeping. Nigga. Wake up. Oh, shut up. What? Who is it? Who is the bitch? Man, I don't even want you tripping like that. Oh my God, why do you find your own unhappiness? Look.
Right. I don't know, man. Like, I just, rest in peace to the victims. I'm really like.
Man, what concert would you die at?
Oh, yeah.
I fucked the whole listeners up right now. It's like, he's going somewhere.
Yeah, I was like, we were talking about this earlier before the pod. Like, I would definitely, like, if I had to die at a concert, it would definitely be, like, Donda, because at least I'm going to heaven.
Ooh, I like that. Give me a high five.
Man, at least I'm going to heaven.
I like that. Let me give you a Donda. That's a 3-point shot.
I'll make it all right. I'll make it all right.
Matter of fact, I ain't gonna lie. If I did die at the Donda concert, let it be during the fucking West Side track. I was facing 15 and I beat it. I ain't never faced 15. I was facing 15 and I beat it.
What if you died at like a fucking DaBaby concert?
Now hold on. Wait a minute. Is it DaBaby's concert or is it like Rolling Loud where like everybody's on stage at like different times?
No, like a DaBaby concert.
Why am I at a DaBaby? Who else is on the bill?
No, it's DaBaby and you're in the club.
Nigga, I'm an introvert. You know that's cap. That would never happen to me.
But what if though?
I mean, I'll be mad.
Right.
Cause let's just say, for instance, ooh, what if you die at a concert that you didn't want to go to, but somebody really important to you invited you?
That would suck.
I don't even like.
I'll die at a Wiz concert and just like die from like smoke inhalation.
Oh, Marijuana?
Yeah.
Possible? Are you gonna be the first nigga to die of weed?
Yeah, that'd be funny.
You gonna be the first?
I mean, at least I would like.
That's a classic.
Yeah, I would go out in like a blaze of glory. Like I'd go out like having fun.
Two times.
I don't want to speak on that too much though, because like literally, I am going to Rolling Loud, and I don't want to.
Well, I hope you roll up and roll back over.
I am going to see Wiz Khalifa and Cudi and all these niggas. And
well, I hope you roll up some loud out there and have fun.
Yeah.
Oh man, you know what concert I would die at? I thought about it. I got numerous ones, but all from different time periods. I would definitely want to die at a Jay-Z concert when he's performing with either the Nashville Symphony or like one of them big ass symphonies in like New York or something like that, at like the Hammerstein Ballroom, and he's doing a rendition. He's doing the whole blueprint with the symphonies and everything. It's so fucking beautiful. Let me die after Girls, Girls, Girls Part 2.
That would be tight.
I would, you know what? I'm fine. I'd be fine after that. And if I could go back in time, I would definitely die at a Hendrix concert.
That'd be a good one too. That'd be a really good one.
Yep.
If I could go back in time, I'd die at like a fucking like, I don't know, like a Prince concert.
Ooh, yeah, that'd have been it. That'd have been it. My nigga Frank Zappa back in the day. I'd have liked to check him out.
That'd been tight too. Or Mike.
Yeah, definitely. Mike was stopping shows for that shit.
Yeah, Mike wouldn't let me die.
He sure would. He bring you back to life.
He bring me back to life.
Mike was there. No. Nigga, please. You gonna die at my show? Hell no.
He bring me on stage. Or getting twerked on by Janet.
Oh, yeah. That was...
Like, they bring me up and they fucking, like, do the thing. And I'm, like, fucking... Yeah, I'm, like, locked in the chair. And then I literally, like, bust a nut and fucking just have a heart attack.
He went out happy.
Yeah.
That's all we can say.
That'd be
He went
cool.
out happy. Yeah. Not for Janet, though, but hey.
I'm never going to die, though, so... I mean, I am, but, you know what I mean. I don't know.
I mean, but yeah, going back to like, of course there's tragedy. It's a tragedy. It's sad. It's unfortunate. I just feel as though y'all going a little too hard on Travis. Like, I mean, not even at Travis. Y'all going too hard at rap fans. Like, yeah, have you seen the post of them trying to be like, okay, if you're gonna mosh, don't do it like that. We're doing it to have fun, and you guys are doing it too much, and you niggas is wilding, and da-da-da-da-da. Fuck all that. What about in the fucking, wasn't it 2003, a fucking band was playing, and they had fucking sparklers and shit on stage, and the fucking club burned down.
Yeah.
Y'all remember that shit? Do your research. Go back to 1970. Look up Altamont with the Rolling Stones and the fucking Hell's Angels when they killed a nigga.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
This is our Altamont.
pretty much so. Go back in the Who controversy back. I think it was 78 or 79. It was the year after Keith Moon passed away. They did a show in Cleveland, and 11 people got stomped to death.
I can make it a race thing.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying
But
it's
like
more of a genre.
A genre thing, which is also like tied to race, but also it's like there's a lot to unpack with that because it's like apples and oranges, and then also like either way, it's like this is just super fucking tragic. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And I don't really know how to like say it other than that. I don't want to put it I don't put it all on Travis. I do think that he shares, like, I'm not one of these, like, people are like on Facebook, like, go on Spotify and go to Travis's profile, and then you can right click on the 3 dots and click never stream.
Y'all just want to kill a nigga.
And I'm just like, bro, like, okay.
There's another way to kill a nigga.
I'm like,
damn, what the fuck?
I saw somebody post, it was like, good morning to everyone except for Travis Scott.
Bitch, fuck you too, and your cat.
And I'm like, I don't know. And this may be just me being insensitive as per usual, but like, I don't know. I just don't. I'm going to continue to listen to his music because I like his music. I'm not that invested in any artist like that.
It's not.
I mean, other than Kanye, obviously, but and myself, but
You should be. You're a brand.
right. But I do feel like, it's not for him to even acknowledge people on stage and be like, "Yo, could y'all move?" or whatever the fuck he said. Like, he obviously was super like somewhat aware, but I do feel like he could have fucking stopped the show because I've seen like somebody played a clip of like Logic. Excuse me, Logic, who he's super nice guy. He has a lot of fucking. I mean, granted, this isn't 100,000 fucking people at a Logic show, but he still does big festival crowds and shit.
Of course.
And he was telling everybody, I need everybody to get some water if they need water. If you feel like you're about to pass out, please, don't fucking do that. Like, go get some help. I want to everybody, like, we're going to have fun, but we're not going to, but Travis brings different kind of energy, though.
Mm-hmm.
And that's cool. And like you said, with even like with the rock shows that people like,
I mean,
mosh pits and all that, but like with mosh pits and shit, like there's unwritten rules within like punk rock and shit, like or rock music. It's like if you knock somebody down and shit, like you have to pick them back up.
Right.
You got to help the people around you too,
of
while
course.
you're being irresponsible. So yeah, you can get bladed up, but like people don't usually die at those type of shows just because that's the culture.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas hip hop has never seen this kind of culture bleed into it in this way. Does that make sense? Like this rager shit is kind of new. Like the rock, not the rock being implemented in the hip hop, but just like that energy is new. Like they calling it. There's certain genres like they're calling it rage music. Like it's like a subgenre that's like an offshoot from trap. Like even like Trippie Redd, like they're calling them rage beats. Like it's a whole different thing. You feel what I'm saying? That's like it's like they're trying to make it like a subgenre from the regular trap shit that's been going on now. So it's like things are like culturally shifting in a way that like, I feel like ultimately though, it was a lot of oversight from whoever the fuck is booking those venues and shit and like even if he did incite or encourage the shit, like,
This would definitely, because I would believe when you set up a tour or something like that, you gotta have insurance in case shit happens.
Oh, it's gonna be a fucking nightmare.
Yeah, this is
Live Nation's gonna get hit. Fucking, they gonna get hit. It's gonna be a fucking nightmare. And selfishly, I'm not gonna get the album. And I wanted the album. I was a little excited for the album.
Who's gonna be on the album that you?
I don't know. Oh. He didn't announce that. He dropped 2 singles like right before the show, like the day before.
Yeah.
Not gonna get the album. Thanks, guys.
Oh well.
Thanks, Astroworld or Houston Houston PD. Whatever.
Oh, well. Don't trip.
Yeah, I'm not tripping about it.
I mean, they trip, but don't trip.
Yeah. Rest in peace to the victims. Though.
Pray for the victims.
I can't stress that enough. I really can't. Like I know I'm telling jokes and shit, but like,
we are very insensitive, but we do mean that.
No, like for real. Like I couldn't imagine. I could not imagine buying a ticket for my child
and then getting that
they
news.
die. I sent them to their death. Like that would fuck me up for life.
You just had a good time.
Yeah, dude, that's fucked. And pray for me for when I go to Rolling Loud. Me and my siblings were like, no, we're not. We finna find a nice safe distance.
You definitely seen videos in the last couple of days of artists at shows like stopping the shows, like, hey, that shit ain't about to happen here. Y'all fall back. Y'all good?
I'm not trying to get that hype with motherfuckers like that. No, I don't know.
Yeah, like I was telling you earlier.
I just want to enjoy myself at the show.
Like I was telling you earlier, I even saw a video of an event this week where Randy Orton was walking up the aisle, and like the fans are like trying to hit the sides of the aisle, like touch him and get autographs and all that. Mm-hmm. And there was a young fan who he saw her getting pressed up against the barricade by all the fans. So he went over there and stopped. He said, "Hey, y'all fall back." Brought her up and was like, "You alright?" Then just kept moving. Mm-hmm. Like I mean, yeah, it's pretty much this situation has put all the performers on watch, on guard.
Right.
So you definitely gonna see a lot of changes from this. I feel definitely.
Yeah.
Pray for the victims.
Pray for the victims. Let's move on.
We're gonna go from pray to yay.
To yay.
To yay.
Yay.
I wish I had a yay, but yay. All right, so after we did the pod last week, Kanye's Drink Champs interview premiered.
Yeah.
It's 2.5 hours long. Ever since last week to today, I've watched it upwards to maybe 3-4 times.
You watched it more than I have. I've watched it
I
probably
had
in
to.
full, like, once, and then I watched clips. I watched a lot of the clips over and over again. So
That's one of the interviews you have to dedicate time to.
Yeah.
He's dropping some jewels in that shit.
he really is.
Can you name any part of the interview that you took from that really impacted you? Like, were there any significant parts?
It's kind of hard to relate to Kanye.
Or is there anything that was memorable to you of the interview?
There's a lot of memorable moments. Like, I didn't take a lot, like, that just, like, you know, one thing that I thought was cool, like, he was just talking about, like, how artists' minds work. He was like, I'm the type of person, like, you show me the dinosaur bone, and I'm going to show you, like, how the dinosaur, like, I'm going to make the dinosaur. I'm like, yeah, that's kind of how I work as far as, like, creating, like, you know, music and shit. Like, it's just an idea, and then you build around that. I thought that was cool. I liked all the insights about his life now and just, like, how he thinks. And, like, even, like, it kind of made me appreciate Donda a lot more. Just, like, even him just talking about, like, him not having a house right now.
That was boss.
Yeah, him just, like, roaming around. That made that Off the Grid song hit that much more. Like, and just him talking about, like, how, you know, he's building something. He's thinking, like 100 years in the future, thinking about, like, his kids. You know what I'm saying? And, like, how he goes, every decision that he's making is, like, in that realm. He also clarified some of the stuff about his abortion stance and, like, how he wasn't necessarily trying to tell women what to do with their bodies. He was just offering an alternative, and that's why he's trying to open up an orphanage and all this stuff. I thought that was good stuff. I thought the comments about Big Sean were funny.
Oh my God, yes.
I thought that shit was funny. I think that was, like, really just, like, some tough love.
Yeah.
Because, like, I think that, like,
I mean, yeah, because look how he did Soulja Boy.
yeah, and I think, like, everything he said, it's really all the people he's talking about is family. But he did come at him like, nah, I'll rock with you. Because he
big bro'd him.
He big bro'd him, and he's upset about the shit because, like, you know, they didn't support. He's upset with people because they didn't support his presidential campaign.
Okay, fair.
And I get it.
I'd be mad too.
I'll be mad too, right? You feel what I'm saying? I'll be mad too. But, like,
especially seeing what we got. I mean,
yeah,
hell.
absolutely, dude. And I feel like, you know, it wasn't really, like, hating. I just feel like, you know, Big Sean and them, they didn't support him. Like, fucking John Legend and them, especially John Legend.
John Legend a whole ass nigga, bro.
I don't really, yeah, like,
Man, Can I get this nigga real quick?
Yes.
I'm sorry. Can I get
No, for sure.
Yo, fuck ass nigga John Legend. Yo, fuck you, bitch ass nigga.
Yeah.
Your motherfucking wife go harder than you.
I don't fuck with her at all.
I mean, neither, but she go harder than him though.
She do go
She
hard,
ran a
but,
relationship.
like,
Do you
does
remember that
she,
picture
though?
when she was in the pool and had to play the chicken nuggets on the ass?
I think she worse than Jada.
Oh yeah, she grimy.
I don't know if she worse than Jada.
Jada grimy on a different level.
Yeah.
She's
But
more
they
in your
the
face
same-
with, like, she'll
Yeah,
fuck you. I'm like,
bro.
I kind of like that energy though, but, like, fuck you too.
I feel like she get into a lot of shit that, like, don't.
She be beating his ass.
I feel like she be talking about a lot of shit that has nothing to do with her, and she should just, like, it's like, what are you doing?
Well, she quiet now.
Yeah, because
They shut that ass up real quick. Was that it?
They for one, they linked her on that fucking on the flight logs.
Oh wow.
And then like they talked about the QAnon people, like, I don't know if it's conspiracy or whatever, they linked her to some shit that she had said. And she had to delete a bunch of tweets.
I thought it was because she was snapping on people. I didn't know because of that.
No.
That was
she's
the cover
nasty.
story?
She's nasty. She said some like nasty shit about like some kids on Toddlers and Tierra. Like she's like, I can't repeat it because it was. Look it up, bro. Really, like, honestly, look it up. And I'm not saying all of it's true, but some of the stuff that she was saying, like, even if it was joking, it was like not funny. Like, it was like, why are you saying this? It was like she's got a sick sense of humor. Like, I might be insensitive, but that bitch got like a sick sense of humor. Like, look her up. She's nasty. We can get her in her later. But like, anyway,
well, John's gonna never mind. Anyway,
back to Ye. Like, he had some good points about everybody. Everything he said from his perspective, even like the Just Blaze shit, like
that was interesting.
Yeah,
that was very interesting.
Yeah,
I of course I knew Kanye. Of course, we know Kanye did work on the Blueprint album and Just did, but to say that he did more than Just Blaze did,
Kanye did the first half.
So that would mean he did Takeover, he did Heart of the City,
did the first half, and then
Never
Just
Change,
Blaze did like the other ones.
H to the Izzo. Who had the better half of the album in? Whose production half was better?
That's a matter of opinion.
Let's go there. Who had the better half of Blueprint? Just Blaze production or Ye production?
I mean, honestly, like, I feel like Ye had a lot more like the classic records on that album. But then again, the Just Blaze tracks were what? Like, what were the Just Blaze tracks?
Okay, so I'm pulling up the album right now.
Because Just Blaze did a lot on that too.
Okay, so track listing.
So Bink did The Ruler's Back. Kanye did Takeover. Kanye did H to the Izzo. Just Blaze did Girls, Girls, Girls.
Now I always thought that was a Kanye beat.
No, that was Just Blaze.
Wow, and now that makes, because you know that. Okay, that does make sense. I think he confirmed that on Drink Champs. I think that beat was not originally made for Jay-Z. That beat was originally made for Ghostface.
Trackmasters didn't Jigga That Nigga, and that's the weakest song on that album.
Yeah.
That's the weakest one on that. That's the weakest one on the album. Just Blaze did You Don't Know.
Yeah, that's hard.
And that's Timbaland did Hola Jovito.
That's Slick my favorite song.
I love that song. Kanye did Heart of the City.
Man,
Kanye did Never Change.
He did do that one.
Just Blaze did Song Cry.
Ooh, yeah, I might have to get. Well, go ahead, because there's Renegade. M did that.
Bink did All I Need. Eminem did Renegade, and then Bink did Blueprint.
Who did Lyrical Exercise?
Just Blaze.
And Girls, Girls, Girls Part 2?
Kanye.
Ooh.
I'm gonna go with Kanye on this, honestly, and I mean honestly, like the one out of here that that sticks out to me that like would be like the one for me that'd be like that like I feel like would go to Just Blaze, like You Don't Know is, and Girls, 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 obviously, but like You Don't Know though is like hits different for me.
That's yeah.
But if you want to talk about the bulk of like this album, Takeover, bro. H to the Izzo alone. And that shit was everywhere.
That's still my hype song, my birthday.
Yeah, bro. Like Kanye ran this album. And Girls, Girls, Girls Part 2.
Which is the best one.
Which is the best one.
But it's the best one because it has that Slick Michael background vocal.
Yeah.
And like they split up the
yeah. That's all
He's
right. So he's right. And I would feel the same way if I was Kanye. Like now Now, what Jay said was interesting. Jay came out and said something in like a clubhouse or something. He was like,
He did do a response.
basically like Just Blaze. He's basically trying to say that Just Blaze understood the assignment, and just like we want soul beats.
So let's make a soul
So
album.
make some soul. We make a soul album. So
that was
like,
the concept of the blueprint.
Yeah, which is fair.
Let's take Jay-Z. This, well, 2000. He's a big time marketable rapper. Let's switch it up. Let's shock the system. Let's put him in a different,
I think here's
frame.
if I can like
beats.
jump into Kanye's brain. Oh my bad.
Good.
If I can jump into Kanye's brain and just looking at the track list, I think the song that he's talking about is Song Cry.
Are there credits on there with him?
Yeah, Just Blaze did Song Cry. What I'm saying to you is, if I'm Kanye West and I'm gonna call Just Blaze a biter,
That'd be the beat.
that would be the beat. That's the beat. I think that's the one he's thinking like, oh, this nigga bit me. That first initial how it come on, woo! Yeah, bro.
Yeah, I'd be hot too.
I would be hot too, bro.
Cause that's a
Cause that beat sounds just like,
you made Jay get personal.
you know what that beat sounds like to me? Almost. What's that? Dun, 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 that Beanie Siegel. What's that song?
Is that the first?
What's that shit? Oh shit!
Was it a
Guess
single?
who's Bizak?
It's not being. Yeah.
That beat.
That's
is Song Cry or kind of like almost like that same the way he made that shit. I know Kanye made that shit. If I'm wrong about that shit,
Kanye made that beat for Scarface.
yes,
Yeah, Kanye made that for Scarface.
yes, I believe it. So if I'm Kanye West, I'm gonna feel like that.
Yeah, well, you should.
So, but anyway, I thought it was just to not even just switch topics off Ye, but just talk about some other shit. He talked about like the other thing that I thought was interesting, like him talking about like me and Kim ain't got the paperwork, so I ain't seen shit.
Exactly.
He was keeping it a buck on there.
But them niggas want to make fun of him on SNL.
Yeah, because they had to get their jokes off.
Gotta get their jokes
I was
off.
like, yay!
I'm that nigga, so yeah, you gotta talk about it.
Yeah, I was like, he was keeping it real. He said that shit.
Come on, real talk. He made South Park. He gave them niggas some points.
Mm-hmm.
They got points off of that nigga.
Yeah.
Come on.
What else? I mean,
I like when he just talked about, the industry and like how it. There was something he said at the end of it. It was like just him trying to like.
he said Common was better than Talib, which I agree.
Yeah.
He didn't say nothing but facts on there.
Facts. Yeah. That B album is still.
He kind of went a little too hard on Big Sean though.
He pulled out the tombstone.
And that was a little dramatic. And I was like, okay, yeah, all right. But he was spilling the liquor.
I would say, honestly, I would take from this. I would like Nori. I do appreciate the platform that he's given us, Drink Champs.
Yeah.
A lot of my favorite interviews have come from Drink Champs over the years.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like with this one, I need less Nori persona. I need Ye to just flow.
I can't wait for part 2.
Part 2 is coming on tonight.
He did let Ye just get his shit off though.
Yeah, but like when I don't think he was paying attention at some time. I mean, of course, I'm guilty of it too. Of course,
he got him on top. They kept him on topic as much as possible. They didn't let him go. But like, if you want to compare that interview, go watch this interview, and then go watch the interview he did with Joe Rogan. Because Joe Rogan just let this nigga go.
When did he do the interview with Joe Rogan?
He did the interview with Joe Rogan like while he was running for president.
Oh, okay, that was last year.
Go watch that interview if you just want to see him just rant.
I thought it was just recently. Like, nigga, what?
No.
Okay.
And you'll see the difference. And you'll appreciate the Nori interview so much fucking more because you can see how fucking comfortable he was.
He's at home.
You feel what I'm saying? Like, that's family. Like, those are mob ties. You know what I mean?
He named his daughter after him, of course.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
I did appreciate the interview. I enjoyed it. The man, Every time Kanye speaks, he drops a jewel.
Yeah.
The man is God-bodied. I don't even believe in God, but if you do, you have to see that this man is registering on a whole different platform. He knows who he is. He's a self-knowing. He knows himself as a man, as a black man, as an American black man. He is on top of his shit. He's aware of who he is. He's aware of the world around him, and he's doing something to make a change about it.
And people are naturally going to hate that because we live in this society now where where we are not comfortable being ourselves.
No, we're not.
Like everyone is like, if you're happy or successful, or if you're, talking about, whatever that you got going on, and you are confident in yourself, it's looked down upon because people are naturally just, we live in this like jealous culture where like jealousy is like currency nowadays, and it's for somebody like that, it's not gonna be easy. So I think he's dope. I think the fucking album's dope. I think that the interview was dope. I'm glad he was able to fucking say what the fuck he felt. I'm glad they kept him on topic. I like the way that he thinks. I think that he, could possibly be a good president. Because, I mean, fuck, look at what the fuck we got going on now.
I mean, look at his capital.
Look at the last two presidents we've had,
He got the money to do it, too. I mean, he got a billy.
He got more than a billy.
More than a billy. Six billy.
Mm-hmm. So...
Are we calling it? Can we say that this is one of the best interviews of the year, if not the interview of the year?
This is the best interview of the year, hands down. And part 2 is coming out tonight, and I hope it's as good as part 1. It might not be, but even if it isn't, best interview of the year.
I'm definitely rolling up.
I don't want to watch nobody, because everybody gonna get on there now. Sean's trying to get on there. Cuddy's trying to get on there. I don't want to hear this nigga. I don't want to hear you, nigga. I'm gonna watch it, but like,
I would watch a Big Sean.
And I love these niggas, but like
I would definitely watch a Big Sean drink champ before I watch a Kid Cudi drink champ, because I want to know how Sean how is he?
I love Cudi though.
Dealt.
I can't say that.
How has Sean dealt with Naya passing and Janae? How do you really feel?
I'm just not interested.
I want to know him. I want to know it. I want to know how it all plays into the music. Like, why was your first single ass, nigga?
Yeah, I want to hear that. I guess.
Ass.
I don't know, bro. I just feel like if he go, I've seen an interview that he's done before with like Joe Budden, and he seems like a very cool person. I think that everything that he's pretty genuine. And he's been talking about like mental health and shit lately.
Yes.
But I just want him to make I just want the music to like be a little bit more than what it is currently. Like this last thing he did with Hit Boy was good as far as the rapping, but like it's just something's not connecting with me with some of the shit. I don't know what it is. But we talked about that last pod.
Can I ask you a question about Sean?
Sure.
I was actually having a discussion about this with Casper.
Mm-hmm.
I asked him.
I don't think he likes Big Sean. I could be wrong though.
I gave him I asked him about the Control record with him and Kendrick and everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Kendrick basically made that record his own. I mean, no one remembers the Big Sean verse from that record.
Mm-hmm.
If you were Big Sean, would you have let Kendrick?
He was on that motherfucker.
Would you have let Kendrick rap that on your song?
I don't know how it happened though. Did he send it first and then he got it back? And
I mean,
it's on the album though.
It's
He
Sean's
couldn't take it
song.
off.
I mean, you gotta.
Did he rewrite his verse? You know what I'm saying? I would have had to rewrite my shit.
You gotta go hard, nigga. He just called out the whole industry.
Yeah, I don't know.
What you gonna say about that, Sean?
Crit kind of slid on that motherfucker too. He did good, right?
Crit was on. I don't even remember
Was Crit on that? Am I tripping?
Man, we gotta look.
Am I thinking of One Train?
I don't
No. Was Jay Electronica on it?
Jay Elec was on there.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
I don't smoke crack, motherfucker. I'm selling.
Bro, he went crazy. Yeah. He knocked him off of that. After that, he knocked him off of those because he was in those conversations as far as like top 5 conversations. But after that, people just started hating on that nigga so hard. And then he put out that project with Metro Boomin
That was it.
I didn't like that project.
For a time, I mean, I remember some good press about it.
I don't know, bro. I thought that was I don't know, man. It's just like he just gotta like make some like more. The Detroit album was good. The Detroit 2 album was good. I liked it.
If that
was the last album he put out other than this EP.
That was like 2017, 2018-ish. Because there was one album around that time.
There was like 2020.
Well, there was something he put out 2018 I was listening to. It was pretty good around that time.
Big Sean?
Yeah, it was. It came out like 2017, 2018. I was listening to it.
Because this last album came out like last year. Detroit 2 came out last year, 2020. I Decided came out in 2017. Double or Nothing came out that same year as 2017.
It was the one with Bounce Back on it. I Decided.
Yeah, I like that album. I thought that was cool. The Light was cool. Bounce Back was cool. No Favors was alright. Eminem kind of fucked that up. Jump Out the Window. Moves. I got the moves. I like
What's the one that he had with Chris Brown and Ty Dolla $ign? I don't wanna play no games.
That was on Dark Sky Paradise.
That's his best song.
People love that album. And I honestly thought, like, I know this is kind of a hot take. Like, I liked a lot of this album, but, like, it still wasn't. I don't know. It had some good records on it, too, though. But
that Play No Games.
That one had I Don't Fuck With You on it. You know, that was a pop.
He made that about. Who did he make that song about? Was that about Naya? I think that was because he was dating. Because he was with Ariana.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I don't know. I fuck with Big Sean's music. He just hit or miss to me sometimes. I don't know. Whereas, like, I want him to be. You know what it is? He's like, I want him to be in the conversations with like the Coles and I want him to be up there, but he's so hit or miss that it's hard for me to like put him there. And even like. And I'm not like a big J. Cole fan, but I still feel like, I don't know, bro. Him and J. Cole are kind of like two sides of a coin for me. Because they're both hit or miss for me, but in different ways. Whereas when you get to Kendrick and Drake, it's like, there's so many hits that like the misses don't even fucking matter.
Right.
Like,
because they're guaranteed.
Yeah, there's like, yeah.
They have a good ROIs.
Like, Drake can slack off. This last album,
Drake
can slack the fuck off now. This last album is not like, definitely not his best album, but like, yeah.
It's a feeder.
Yeah, for sure. But he's still got some bops on there. Drake done fed us enough to the point where it's like, I don't even care.
He's still bullshitting on that Benny track. You need to put that track out, Drake. I want to know who's better.
He'll come out. Drake would fucking eat Benny, I think. I'm pretty positive Drake would eat Benny. Drake would eat a lot of these niggas.
Once Benny talk about sawing off a shotgun symmetrically, yeah, that's different talk. I want it.
Yeah. What else we got, man? I'm getting a little parched here.
Oh man, I had a question that I want to bring out to you.
Yes.
Man, you have a movie that you like, you know, certain movies. They always have like these. Maybe there's an ending that you always didn't agree with, or maybe there's a scene that you were like, you know what, I really don't think that should have happened. I would have did something different. Do you have a movie that you would change an aspect about it? And if so, what movie is that?
Yeah, I would say, I would rewrite those last 3 Star Wars movies because all those, the black dude got fucked as far as the plot on that, and he actually talked shit about Disney.
I remember the interview that he did. Was it his name John Boyega?
John Boyega. He's
John Boyega.
He's a good actor.
Dude,
they fucked him.
He was going off when George Floyd passed away. He was on the ass. He's still on the ass.
Militant with it. I fuck with him.
Oh yeah, he all with it.
I fuck with John Boyega.
But as you were saying,
so yeah, I rewrite all those because they fucked it up.
Now, I'm not a big Star Wars fan, so what exactly did you see in the last 3 movies that spoke to you and was like, you know what, I ain't fucking with that?
The first one was good. It was good, like kind of a reboot, and they used a lot. It was basically like almost like a version of the first one. They used a lot of elements from the first one, like the actual original trilogy. The second one, the main character, they tried to nerf her powers and basically just try to say like she wasn't anybody related to like the main cast. She just happened to have these powers.
Right.
But then the third one, they got a different director. And in the third one, they basically said, nah, actually, she is related to one of the main villains. And that's why she's so powerful. And she did all this fucking shit in that movie that it was like, how in the fuck is she doing all this? And this, the way that it fucking ended, it was dumb.
So they waited 3 movies to tell you why she's so cold.
Yeah. And basically, like, it was like, who is she? She doesn't know her parents.
Yeah, she good here.
Yeah,
Who dropped off in the Uber?
Palpatine, the main the main fucking emperor dude. Use the darkness. You know that guy.
Like, he literally
You've
dropped.
seen him. Yeah, for real. Dropped her off in this fucking. It was like some shit they explained. It was like she was like the daughter of his clone son. The clone son didn't have powers and had a daughter and it skipped a generation.
Okay, that's some.
So whatever. And apparently, I found out Star Wars is just a ripoff of Dune. So
The more you know.
and I didn't know that until recently. So
And that would be a George Lucas thing, wouldn't it? Like George Lucas actually out here capping.
he sold the rights to Disney. So Disney did the new trilogy. So you know, George Lucas did the original trilogy, and then the ones in the 2000s. Then he sold it off to Disney, and then Disney just did these 3 movies, and they hired a bunch of different directors.
Okay.
So they fucked up But the new shit on Disney Plus, The Mandalorian, you don't even have to be into Star Wars and watch The Mandalorian, and that shit is fucking hard.
I do know the Sasha Banks is on there.
Yes.
Fine ass.
That shit is fucking hard. And they're about to do a new Boba Fett series, so that's gonna be hard too.
Okay.
So
That's
I would change the fucking those last 3 movies. Those last 3 movies sucked, and I can't really think of any other movies that I would just like outright change. I didn't like that ending the Squid Games. I thought that the motherfucker should have just got on the motherfucking jet and spoiler alert. So
if you haven't seen it by this point,
you ain't seen it, then yeah, get the fuck on Netflix.
steal somebody, man. Just get somebody $5 and say, "Hey, man, just let me borrow your account, $5." I was thinking about this earlier. I think I would go ahead and change Carlito's Way. Carlito's Way has one of my favorite endings of all time. You know, because I mean, it's the last 30 minutes of that, of him going to the hospital, and getting on the train, going to the train, trying to get on the train, getting shot, boom, boom, boom. The whole thing is amazing. I would have changed. I would have him kill Benny Blanco when he had the chance. Because that's what ultimately led to his demise, was that he didn't kill Benny.
That's true, but like also like then you wouldn't have. I think that's the point, right?
Well, yeah, because Benny was the one that ultimately killed him in the end, because Pachanga set him up, his brother.
And that's how that shit works in Italian mafia, like in the
streets.
In the streets, you know what I mean? You know what I mean?
I feel like if
that's how that shit works. Like, you know.
Yeah, of course it is. We already know what it is. Streets got to eat. But in my mind, I just felt like I would want, because ultimately Carlito still has to die. I would have liked for him to have killed Benny, but at the end still find out Pachanga was the one that was trying to get him hemmed up. Like in some way he finds out that Benny was going to have him killed because Pachanga was going to set him up. So when he finally realized
some sort of revenge, but then he ends up still dying.
Because remember, he sent Gail to go meet him at the train station. Who did he send to go meet up with Gail? Pachanga. So when he finally realizes that Benny was gonna kill him through Pachanga, Pachanga's already at the joint with old gal. So he has to go to the train station, get her away from him, and then that's where ultimately they both kill each other.
Oh, that would have been cool. Okay, so like a standoff kind of thing.
Yeah, and he lets one off. He lets a quick one off. Carlito gets two off. Carlito lets two off. Bang, bang, bang. Oh, that's three.
Yeah.
I'm tripping.
That would have worked.
But yeah, he doesn't make the train, but Carlito still gets his revenge. But
ultimately, still dies.
The streets take off everybody.
Yeah, that would have been that would have been more of a bow tied there.
Because Benny was the one that killed Pachanga, but it's like.
But some people get away with it. You know what I'm saying?
With it.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like in real life. So it would have been like more. I feel like that's what you're saying is a little bit more poetic, and I like that. But what they did there is probably more like what happens. Like with, I mean, literally, like we were just talking about fucking Alpo. He got the fuck out. And then he ultimately got, I mean, Benny probably ultimately got smoked in this reality. You feel what I'm saying?
You ever think about that? Like what, like movies, like after they end, like the reality's still going. Like, do you ever think about that?
Yeah, but then like, sometimes they make sequels and then they milk it out too much, and then it's like, oh, I wish they wouldn't even fucking made the sequel.
You know what? I just thought about a sequel. Well, it's not really a sequel, but because I just recently found out that the Die Hard franchise is now done. They're not making no more Die Hards. Got sold to Disney.
Interesting. They just buying up all kind of franchises. They gonna reboot it?
No, there's gonna be no more Die Hards.
They might reboot it.
Now, if they do, I have the perfect.
They might reboot it.
Look at my reboot. Hold up, you gotta think about this. All right, so it's John McClane, right? John McClane's been a cop this whole time.
Yeah.
In this movie, John McClane finally retires. He's done too much cop work, too much explosions, too many terrorists, a lot of insurance claims. John's had enough. He's earned his retirement from the New York Police Department. They have the party and whatnot.
Yeah.
And shit. And oh my God. The George Floyd riots.
Oh my God.
Wait a minute. I know it's wild, but you gotta stay with me. Okay. John's a cop, right? He a former cop. Stand-up guy.
Yeah.
John still has his cop shit at the house. You know, he's got scanners, radios, and guns all around.
So he just becomes like a vigilante?
Well, no, John stays in the house.
Okay.
Too much shit going on outside. But he's watching the news, he's watching the riots happen, but he hears the guys in the cruiser talking to each other over the radio. So he's hearing all this racist shit, all this fuck shit going on, da-da-da-da. John thinks, am I gonna have to turn my guys in? Is John McClane Blue Lives Matter or is he Black Lives Matter?
Because it's like a moral dilemma.
Yeah, because you remember in the first movie, who helped him out? The daddy from Family Matters.
Danny Glover? No, I'm thinking of
That definitely
with Mel Gibson and fucking. Oh, I know who you're talking about. The dude from Family Matters.
The daddy from Family Matters and the black limo driver.
Oh yeah.
The black limo driver. Die Hard 2. Who came back? The daddy from Family Matters.
I got mixed up with Lethal Weapon for 2 seconds.
I've been watching that series too.
Yeah.
Well, not the series. The series was ass. The movie series. Die Hard 3. They had to call Samuel Jackson the big boss.
I think I remember that.
So now we're going to bring it back. We're going to bring it up to speed. It's, what was it? June 2020 in New York City. Is John McClane Blue Lives Matter or Black Lives Matter? I want to know. Die Hard 6, BLM.
They finna do that with Static Shock.
What?
Yeah, they're finna do that with Static Shock. They're finna reboot it and then make it like, they've already done the comics, like they've rebooted the comics, and it's gonna be like, it's like, cause like Static Shock had like racial undertones in it, And they basically have him like Black Lives Matter,
Like, can you see like John McClane like actually like trying to like he's got to what does John McClane have to do in this movie? He's got to go back into the NYPD, like sneak back in and get the information.
I don't see him doing that though.
Okay, forgive me on this one. All right, so he retires, right?
Mm-hmm.
John McClane needs to take a vacation, but John McClane also has a girlfriend now. He can still find love. He's been divorced, but he can still find love.
Mm-hmm.
You know how he met her? Tinder.
Oh my god! It's just like bringing all these modern elements into it.
Yes.
You know what Disney would really do though? They'd create it.
Check me out though. You got to ride with me on this.
Yeah.
So he's on vacation, right? His girlfriend, you know where she works at? DC, in the capital.
Mm-hmm.
So John says, like, hey,
I'm a politician. Is she?
No, she's just like a clerk
Okay.
in the capital. So John's like, hey, I'm on vacation. I finally retired. Me and you have been, fucking with each other for like a year or whatever. You live in DC. I live in New York. I come see you. You come see me. But I'm going to surprise you because I'm about to pop that question to you on your birthday. So I'm going to take a surprise trip to DC,
Mm-hmm.
surprise you with the ring. You know when her birthday is? It just so happens to be January 6th.
Where's the action?
At the Capitol.
Oh, the riots?
The insurrection. John McClane has to save his girlfriend from the insurrection.
That's actually, no, I like that one.
Yeah, my nigga.
That's not bad.
Yeah, can you see John
From the
McClane in the
riots?
Capitol there? Actually, boo, 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 boo. Yeah, nigga.
Yeah, that's actually not bad.
John McClane saves America. But you gotta blow up the Capitol. I mean, something has to get blown up.
Going there like Duke Nukem.
Yes. Haircut and all. Killing all the motherfuckers. When the niggas start falling off the side, he just
And it's like old ass Bruce Willis, like for real, doing it.
popping niggas. Like, you remember when that one guard in there, the one black guard, he did like a no-look spray to that white boy that was coming through the window. That's gonna be John McClane, except that, but instead of a spray bottle, he got a Beretta, just shooting niggas like that, just crossover shooting. Just,
Shoot
you know,
niggas.
my face like this. I got a trophy. He like coming through the motherfucking Oval Office joint.
Oh my
See
god.
that Ashley Babbitt bitch? Is that Ashley?
That's fucking hilarious.
Nigga, this movie is it.
That's actually not bad.
Die Hard 6, Capitol Insurrection.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Nigga, do you want credits on this or not?
I don't know if Disney's gonna greenlight this.
Nigga, fuck Disney. We making this movie. We gonna give it to somebody.
we're gonna cast him. That'd be fucking hilarious.
I'll be John McClane, nigga.
You know they would treat it though. They would literally treat it like the Rocky property, and they'd have him like train some upstart.
Oh yeah, John McClane has a fuck.
Oh
Oh my
that's
god,
what
that's
they
even
would do.
better.
So
John
they can
McClane
make
has a new
more-
partner.
Yeah, and then they would call it whoever you know what I'm saying. It would,
Oh my
so
god.
they can make more movies. That's
John
what they would
McClane
do.
has a new partner, but he sees his partner.
Or he has a son.
He does have a son.
Right.
He did the movie with the
So
son.
then the son would be the new.
He has a black son.
He has a black son. There we go.
But his black son gets stopped and frisked by the NYPD.
And it's like Michael J. White.
What, the cop?
No, the son.
Oh, the son. No, it's gotta be Buddy from Harder They Fall.
Oh,
Now
no,
Keith
they
Stanfield.
didn't put in everything. He finna be in the Marvel movies too. I can't think of his name.
But you know who
No,
I'm
I know
talking
exactly who you're talking about.
Yo,
What's his name? Hold on, I'm about to pull him up. He's good too. He was in Lovecraft Country.
Okay, I don't know his name, but
I'm
we're
looking
on
him
the
up
same
right
wave.
now. Trust me, it's coming up.
So John McClane has a partner, right?
It's Jonathan Majors.
Jonathan Majors.
He's already got like the name perfect for it.
He Major.
Yeah.
So peep this. Jonathan Majors plays John McClane's son because John had his fun or whatever. Okay. Come to find out, he has a kid. The kid's good. He's in college or whatever. He's a good guy.
Yeah.
But he's black. So we already know what this is.
They did this with Shaft too, by the way.
Did they?
Yeah.
With Samuel
This is
Jackson?
literally like the Shaft sequel like plot.
That was a good ass movie too.
I watched like I couldn't get all the way through it.
You gotta go back. That's some funny ass shit.
Not
Let's
the
give me motherfucker.
like the newer Shaft.
Oh, there's a new one?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And they had the son who was in college.
That's right there.
I couldn't get all the way through it.
Did that movie come out during the pandemic?
I feel like it either did like right before. I feel like it happened like right before the pandemic, and it was on HBO. And I watched it during the pandemic, and I couldn't get all the way through it.
Okay.
Shaft. I'm gonna say Shaft 2020.
But yeah, so like John McClane's partner, he ends up doing stop and frisk on his kid,
2019 movie.
tries to plant drugs on him.
Yeah, that Jesse Usher. I don't know who that is, but that was the son. This shit came out in 2019.
Okay, so it was right before.
Mm-hmm.
I might have been talking about that movie then. I mean, if that was pre-corona, then yeah.
And it was just called Shaft. Oh, Netflix Shaft.
So straight to Netflix.
Was it? Because I thought I saw it on.
That was a release.
It was on the. It says box office.
Oh.
Hold on, man.
Well, maybe they just put it on Netflix. They just put the little thing on there.
Yeah, maybe. Cause I thought I saw it on like HBO or some shit.
Was they getting money?
I don't remember what happened. It just bored me. It just bored me to tears. But whatever. I mean, it made some money. It made 21 million. Oh no. The budget was 30 to 35 million. They made 21.4. It was a stinker.
Yeah, COVID.
COVID though. COVID hit it. Yeah. Here's what happened. Digitally released theatrically June 14th, 2019, and then digitally in international markets and on June 28th by Netflix. It received mixed reviews from critics and underperformed at the box office.
Oh, so nobody wouldn't fuck with this movie.
When did COVID hit?
2020.
Oh yeah, so this just sucked just to suck. Yeah. This is before COVID. There's no excuse. Yeah, dude.
You in the red, nigga.
I mean, it's still gonna make money off the streaming, but it didn't make no money in the theaters. What happened? Yeah, whatever. I don't know.
Oh well. But yeah, that's my Die Hard remake,
Oh, yeah.
man. Don't be stealing my ideas,
I like
my
it.
people.
I like the one. Yeah, I like the Capitol. That was good.
The Capitol Insurrection.
That was good.
What part does he say yippee? He has to kill Trump at the end. Yippee-ki-yay,
Motherfucker.
motherfucker.
Yep.
Oh man, no. John McClane would. I don't think he'd be BLM. No, I think he would be BLM. But he'd have
They
black
make him.
friends.
They make him.
He would be. He'd be the type. He'd be BLM because of the job, but he's okay with black people. But when he's in that uniform, it's BLM.
Or make him racist.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, right.
Go
Make him
full
racist.
BLM. Oh my god.
Make him fucking racist.
And BLM.
And no,
No, I mean Blue Lives Matter.
yeah, but like no, I mean like make him full fucking like Q. Make him retire. And then go through the Trump thing, and then like become Q, like become like.
I got John McClane at a Trump rally.
And he's like at the rallies. He's like
He gets indoctrinated.
he's storming the Capitol.
Oh my god.
Let's flip it. That's what will really happen.
John McClane at the Capitol.
And it's like you gotta have a new hero who's younger to defeat John. Because you know what I'm saying, you're either long. What do they say?
John McClane's gonna die hard.
Yes, he's gonna die hard. He's gonna die hard because it's like he's lived long enough to see himself become the villain. He's the villain. John McClane has to die hard.
John McClane has a
He has
Facebook
to do
account.
the. I mean,
He got a wild Facebook account.
Yeah, yes, that makes way more sense.
Oh my god, wait a minute. Does John McClane take the vaccine?
No, because he's a Q person. No. All that shit. That makes a lot of sense.
I'm fucking with this movie.
Yeah. John McClane must die hard.
John Mega McClane.
Yeah, bro.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Great.
Dude, that's great. That's going straight to Amazon.
Hey, I mean, oh my god, just John trying to explain. Hey, you guys. I mean, hey, maybe if he just kept his head out of his pocket.
Yeah. That's the one, bro.
That's it. We're gonna write this movie. Fuck that. I'm gonna do this. On that note.
Yeah.
Oh man. Where can they find you, Classic?
Yeah, follow me on Instagram at Classic Williams, classicwilliams.com. If you're in the Nashville area, I have a show coming up on November the 27th. The Morning After Crew presents Summer in November. It's going to be at the Dive Motel from 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. Performances by The Weird Sisters, Mr. 110, Classic Williams, Sansol the Artist. Vendors are going to be there. Deadly Reality, Fat Fox Farm, Soul Sister Sweets and Treats, Garden Family Delivery. And it is going to be, once again, at the Dive Motel, Saturday, November 27th, right after Thanksgiving from 12 to 4 p.m. Also, check out Vibe Check and Memories on YouTube. Run those streams up. And that's all I got.
That's right. Please go support the homie Classic in all of his endeavors in social medias. If you want to follow me, you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram and Twitch and YouTube at MoSkrilla the God. You can also follow the pod on Instagram at the God Tier Pod and look us up on Facebook too, the God Tier Podcast. Also, if you're listening to the audio and want to check out the visuals, go ahead and tap into the YouTube. Just look up the God Tier Podcast or look up my channel, MoSkrilla the God. Go ahead and subscribe so you get all the updates, all the new episodes hitting you. We outside with it. Classic.
Yeah, man.
It's been a good one.
It's been a good one, man. It's always a pleasure, man.
Always fun.
God Tier Podcast. Stream that shit.
Run the streams or run the pod
that
up.
Shit up.
Tell your friends about the God Tier Pod. Let them know what it is.
Catch you on the other side. Rest in peace to the victims of Astroworld.
Yeah, pray for the victims. John McClane MAGA. Yay is God. Yay is yay.
Yeah, listen to the new Yay podcast coming out tonight. Drink Champs.
And
that's it. That's all I got.
Yeah. Peace, niggas.
Peace. Woo! That was good. My voice was running out.